And the Ministry of Science and Technology hosted a discussion on the use of skin lighteners and hair straighteners yesterday. Coincidentally, the event took place amidst racism claims by black pupils at Pretoria High School for girls. They say they are forced to straighten their hair and are forbidden to do African hairstyles such as your afro and dreadlocks. The Minister of Science and Technology, Naledi Pandor, joins us from our Parliament studios to discuss the outcome of the roundtable discussions. Minister, a very good morning to you. Technology night times, especially when we have such important issues to discuss. Good morning to you.
Good morning, and thank you very much. I think we must come and help with technology.
I think you should, Minister. Indeed, you should. A relevant department, indeed. Now, Minister, this discussion could not have come at a better time, I believe. I mean, if we were to look at the events unfolding at Pretoria High School for girls.
Yes, well, it was coincidental. This was part of our August Women's Month activities, and what we had decided to do was to offer young women the opportunity to have a debate and interaction with scientists working in this field of cosmetology and dermatology. And with two wonderful scientists, Professor Ndlovu, who's based at the University of Cape Town, and Professor Glover, who is based at the University of KwaZulu-Natal. The one is a dermatologist working on the issue of skin lighteners and their impact on black and skin of all women, all race groups. And the other is working on these cosmetics and bleaches and creams we use on our hair, and the various styles that we use as women. So it's both weaves, braiding, the relaxers, so everything that we do as women to our hair.
Yeah.
And there were, as scientists, just indicating the kinds of chemicals we're putting on our scalp, the destruction we're waging on our hair, and the need for us to appreciate our natural beauty, and of course for scientists to develop products that are more appropriate to our different hair types.
Now, Minister, what did the two profs say? I mean, most of the people don't realize how dangerous some of these products are, especially if you look at your skin lighteners. What actually goes into the science of making them and their harmful effects?
Well, it's quite shocking when you get the detail as to what is in some of these skin lightening creams. Mercury, a range of other chemicals that are very corrosive. There seems to be a lack of care to protect human beings, and particularly women. I think the commercial sector, the producers of these products, are far more interested in profit, and it's an extremely profitable business. According to our panelists, billions are being made each year from the desire of women, particularly black women, to have lighter skin, but it occurs among Asian women as well. And of course, white women try to tan their skins, they expose themselves to the sun, and this has a very negative impact as well. You have cancers and other effects. So they were really addressing this issue of image and women. Our perspective was looking at at black women and the impact on them, and really trying to get the information and the science behind what we do. We also had a political scientist, Professor Amanda Gous, who just gave us the whole perspective of the history and the politics behind image, and how images of what is beautiful have been, presented to us over time in a way that causes us to desire to be lighter, to have straighter hair, because in terms of media and other public images, you are more desirable according to what we see on TV, according to what we hear on radio. If you are lighter, you are more desirable. Yeah. If you have straighter hair, you are more beautiful, etc. And in pursuing this imagery, we don't have regard to the products that we're using and the dangers that they pose to us. And it is over time that you begin to see the effects. Some of the images they showed us of women who've been impacted upon by these skin lighteners, as well as by consistent relaxing of hair or braiding, are actually quite horrific. I've been dreaming all night about, you know, just having a short hairstyle.
Minister, because of these products that we use. But looking at the theme for the roundtable discussion, science and the legacy of apartheid on black image, can we really blame the apartheid regime for not being able to accept our skin color and our hair texture?
Well, I think it's certainly related to apartheid. It's part of our colonial legacy. Probably a more appropriate title would have been racism and the black image, because this is something that has occurred, you know, over many, many centuries. In fact, the man who first made the pomade, which was a relaxer, a Mr. Morgan, who was an African-American in the United States, who patented this product around 1877, was a black person, interestingly enough. And his product has led to this harm that we have. But it has been accompanied by this imagery, by the racism that demeans a black image, that demeans us defining ourselves, and that causes us then to buy in to cosmetics that have not been produced with attention to our skin type, with attention to our hair type. And what the scientists are doing, and this is why we brought them in, not to say you're doing something wrong, but to give us the scientific information, evidence of what is happening, but also to tell us that they're working hard to look at how they can produce products that will not cause us harm.
All right. No, Minister, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. There you have it. That's the Minister of Science and Technology, Naledi Pandor, talking to us about the discussion on the use of skin lighteners and hair straighteners. They held this discussion yesterday, and of course, coincidentally, they coincide with the event that took place at racism claims by black pupils at Pretoria High School for girls.